and welcome to today's topic on the power of the mind. As we know, in this world, a lot of people want to experience peace of mind, but they are not able to have that peace within themselves. So therefore, the search is on and on. They want to have that experience of peace of mind. So where is peace actually? So we look for something which we have really within me. In fact, my original religion or the original self or the state of the mind is very peaceful. You can ask yourself throughout the day, you are more peaceful, and there are times when you are peaceless. So when anything happens within me, when there is a thought of peacelessness, then I become peaceless. So it is the thought. The thought is the seed which actually starts off consciousness. When the thought has a feeling, then it transmigrates into a vibration. So this is the reason why we need to understand about the self, that I am very naturally a very peaceful soul or peaceful self, and I can really bring about a change in the thought pattern. When I have a thought pattern, that means if I think in a very positive way, then it generates a lot of positive energy. If I think in a negative way, I generate a lot of negative energy. So there are 4 types of thoughts: positive thoughts, negative thoughts, ordinary thoughts, and also waste thoughts. Generally in this world, we can ask, it's very difficult to say, in a day it's about 30 to 40,000 thoughts per day we produce, but how many percent of it is positive, how many percent is negative, how many percent is ordinary, and how many percent is waste? You can see the number of waste thoughts has increased a lot. A lot of people who want to have a positive thoughts, but it is very difficult. And this is the reason why we are encouraging people to understand about the thoughts within ourselves. If you know that just like in the waves, you can see in the sea, you can see every time there is a lot of waves, sometimes it's big, sometimes small, but it is never ending. So likewise in our mind also, the thoughts are always there. It can never stop. It can never have zero thought. It can have minimal of one thought, but it can never have zero thought. So it is ongoing, on and on and on and on. So if I can understand what's happening within me, I have to now really focus that what kind of thoughts I want to create so that my mind becomes very powerful. So as is your thoughts, so you will also create that kind of feelings. So if I have bad thoughts, then naturally there is a bad feeling. So I can change that pattern to have a good feeling. Now how I can do that change is to really understand where is the source of my thoughts. It is from the mind. The mind is like a factory. It creates thoughts and variety thoughts. This is what I was saying earlier, the 4 variety of thoughts: positive thoughts, negative thoughts, ordinary thoughts, and waste thoughts. Now let us see each of these category. The positive thoughts is a thought which brings happiness to the self or to others, whereas a negative thought, it gives sorrow or unhappiness either to the self or to others. Whereas ordinary thoughts are thoughts which you do ordinary action, just like when you comb the hair, you wear a dress, so that becomes an ordinary action. Now waste thoughts. Waste thoughts are thoughts which you want to make a decision, but you can't make a decision. You keep thinking again and again over it, that becomes a waste thought. So it starts off with a negative thought, and then if it is again and again repeated continuously, it becomes a waste thought. And therefore it drains the energy. This is one of the reasons why a person with a weak mind have a lot of waste thoughts. If they can change the pattern of thoughts from waste into positive, then the mind becomes very strong. So this is how we understand about the mind. In the world today, young generations have a lot of challenges, that they want to have a lot of creativity, but the problem is the mind is not cooperating, they say. So it is just sometimes wandering, sometimes it is not creative. They are not able to focus. The power of concentration has been challenged by the young generation at this moment. So what we are suggesting is, let us have very powerful thoughts that you can create. You can change your thought pattern so that you can become a very powerful person by having powerful thoughts. Om Shanti.